Okay, hello everyone, good morning. I hope you can hear me there. Yeah, thank you, Kumar. Thanks for answering. So let us start our session today. As you know, this is just a demo session for like MCSE and CCNA. Yeah, thank you, Jagdeep. So this is a demo session for MCSE and CCNA. So we will see today like what is MCSE, what is CCNA, and what is networking, and what are the job opportunities available, and what we can do after MCSE, CCNA, what options are available for us in networking, and all those things. Okay. We'll just try to cover everything in 1 hour, or maybe it can take a bit more than 1 hour. So just be ready for a session of minimum 1 hour here. Okay, so before we start, I'll just introduce myself here. I'm Mr. Shakil here. Okay, I have around 12 plus years of experience, both working and training experience, teaching experience. Okay, I started my career like in 2008, actually, 2007, 2008. At that time, you know, computer hardware and basic networking, it was a huge thing. Computer hardware like 13 years before was one of the most challenging thing actually to learn. Okay, so I started my career from computer hardware and networking. Then I have done MCSE. I become MCSE certified person. Then I have done CCNA. I become CCNA certified person. Then after CCNA I did CCNP. Then I have done CCIE. What is CCNP? What is CCI? All those things we will discuss briefly. Okay, in CCI there are two examinations. One is a theory and one is a practical exam. So I have done my CCI theory exam. So I have done this many things. Then I have done security things. I know Linux administration. For last 5 years, I'm into like virtualization. Okay, and for last 3 years in a way, I'm into cloud computing. I hope you know this cloud computing. Right now, the cloud computing is much in demand. Linux administration also in more in demand. Security is also in more in demand. So cloud computing is something that you should think of, and Linux administration as well as security. So you can choose your career either in cloud computing, VMware, or you can go with Linux administration or security. Okay, so I have done all these courses. I am certified in most of the courses. I'll be taking all these courses actually. Okay, so I started my career way back in 2007 and 2008 from computer hardware, then into MCSE and CCNA. Okay, then like 12 years is some time, right? So if you're in a particular field for next 12 years, you should have more expertise. You should be learning more technologies. You should be gaining more knowledge on different technologies. One technology is not sufficient for sure. Okay, so this is about me. So can you just share your experience, please? Or can you just share what exactly you're planning to do? What is your thought, where you're planning to move? Because like I said to you, there are many options available in networking. There is server administration, there is network administration, security administration, virtual administration, cloud administration, database. There are many options available. So I just want to know from you, like what is your plan exactly? Where you want to move from here? There are two ways of answering, guys. You can simply send me a message in my chat box, or you can simply talk to me directly. Okay, so any one thing is possible. Okay, I got an answer here like Linux administration, fine. Linux administration, there is a huge career in Linux administration. Okay, there are many jobs available on Linux administration. Actually, Linux administration comes under server administration. Okay, like this MCSE, this is your server administration, but this is your Windows Server Administration. And coming to Linux, Linux is a different operating system. We know that Red Hat Linux, CentOS, Ubuntu, there are many Linux versions available there. So there is your Linux administration. So coming to server administration, guys, there are two server administrations. One is Windows Server Administration and second one is the Linux Server Administration. So which one we need to learn? Should we go with Windows Server Administration or shall we go with the Linux Server Administration? Now, I'll just give a simple example here. Imagine there are like 100 companies. Just for example, there are 100 companies. In every company, we have a server. For sure, because if you want to manage a company's network, we can manage a company's network by using a server. Okay, wait a second. I'll just show you one network here. How the computer networks are designed and how they will be. Okay, so this is one computer network. Yeah, I hope you can see that clearly. Okay, I got a message here from one of our friend and he said like he is a technical lead having 10 years of experience, want to move into management and in database server administration or management, all experience. Okay, fine. You have good experience. I have in development and database administration. Okay, fine. We'll see. Yeah, that's some experience actually. That's huge experience in a way. Okay, so this is a computer network here. We can see clearly there is a server here. There is a server and we have some switch here. We have some router, a firewall, and we have all these computers here, right? Okay. Now, one of the most important device in a company is server. Server is a physical machine. What is a server? It is a physical machine. But like we know, any physical machine like a computer or a laptop, a server, or maybe a mobile phone, a physical machine cannot work without a operating system. So in this server physical machine, which operating system we need to install? In this server physical machine, we can install Microsoft Server Operating System, or we can go with Linux operating system. Any one of these operating system we can install here. Microsoft Windows Server actually, okay, or Linux operating system. In Linux, as I said you, there is something called Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, Kali Linux. There are many versions available there. So any one of the version we need to install that. So now the big question here is what we need to do. Do we need to go with the Windows Server Administration course or do we need to go with the Linux Server Administration course? Now we can see that physical server there. So in that physical server, which operating system will be there? Will it be Windows or will it be Linux? Now the answer here is it can be both or it will be both. Suppose in a company, see, first of all, one server is not at all sufficient to manage a company's network. No way possible. I can say this with 100% guarantee that there is no company on the face of the earth where there is only one server available and by using that one server, they are controlling everything. They are managing everything. No. On average, in company, the servers will be like around 20 to 25 servers. I know certain companies where there are like 300 servers. I know certain companies where there are like 1200 servers. So servers will be in more quantity, tens and hundreds and maybe thousands of servers will be there. Okay. So there are like 20 to 25 servers on average in a normal company. Okay. So what is the work of server? The meaning of server here is, okay, I'll just open a MS Word file. Okay, fine. So what exactly is a server here? Let us see. So when you talk about server, server means it is serving. We know the meaning of serving. Serving means, if you go to some restaurant and if you order something, what a waiter will do, he will come and he will serve something to you. What he will serve? Whatever order you have done, the same thing will be served, right? Like suppose if you ordered something like biryani, the biryani will be served there. Okay, that is the work of server. Server, it will serve whatever a computer is asking, whatever a client is asking, whatever a user is asking. Means, suppose there is a user sitting on this machine, on this laptop, there is a user with the name Raju. Suppose Raju is accessing email. So what Raju will do, he will say www.email.com some server. So this message will go to server and server will identify the request of this user. So what is the request? The user is requesting for a email server. So that email server will be talking to this user now. Out of these 25 servers, one server is an email server. So suppose there is a user here on this computer with the name John. And suppose John is accessing www.yahoo.com. What is this yahoo.com or abc.com? This is the name of a website. So whenever this person is asking a website, the message will go to this server, and according to the request of the client, this server will serve the request. This server will serve the client person. That is your server. So there are many types of servers available in a company. That is the first thing we need to understand. There is something called email server, DNS server, web server, file server, ADDS server, database server. Okay, there are many types of servers available. But what is the common thing in each and every server? The common thing in each and every server is server, it will serve the request of a client. I am accessing an email server, so I will get email server. You're accessing a web server, you will get a web server. I'll show this example. Say this is my email ID here. I'm accessing yahoo.mail.com. Okay. Now, if I say yahoo.com here, if I say only yahoo.com, so this is a Yahoo web server. So I'm connected to Yahoo email server as well as I am connected to Yahoo web server. Okay. So I'm getting two services from Yahoo now, email as well as web. Okay. That is the work of a server. Okay, so server is serving the request of a client. Now, this email server, it can be working on Windows operating system, or this can be working on Linux operating system. The web server, it can be running on the Windows operating system, or it can be running on the Linux operating system. Okay, so in companies, they will use both the server operating system, Windows operating system as well as Linux operating system. Most of the cases they go with more Windows operating system, okay, compared to Linux. But again, some services are better on Windows and some services are better on Linux. So if you go to medium and big level companies, we will see Windows operating system as well as the Linux operating system running on a server. So my question was, what we need to learn here? Shall we go with this Windows Server Administration course or shall we go with the Linux Administration course? So the answer here is, if you want to make a career in networking, you should know Windows Server Administration as well as Linux Server Administration. See, when you make a career, you're not making a career for next 1 month or 2 months or 6 months or maybe a year. You're making a career for rest of your life, for next 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 years, right? So for rest of your life, for next 12, 15, 20 years, if you have to move ahead in this networking, what you should do? You should learn Windows Server Administration as well as you should learn the Linux Server Administration, because in a company, both the servers will be there. Windows servers will be there as well as Linux servers will be there. Now, is it difficult to learn both the administrations? Answer is no. The reason is, if you go with like MCSE, in MCSE you're learning about DNS server, DHCP server, file server, and so and so. And once you go to Linux server administration, in Linux also there is a DNS server, DHCP. So most of the theoretical part will be same in Windows and Linux. I repeat again, most of the theoretical part, it will be same in Windows and Linux. Okay, so it will not be difficult for you to learn MCSE then go for Linux, or to learn Linux then go for like MCSE. But normally, people prefer, normally the recommendation way is better go with MCSE first, then go with Linux administration. The reason is, when you go with MCSE, you should know the theory first, then you should know the practicals. And if you go with Linux, there also you should know the theory, then you should go to practicals. But the difference will be, Windows Server Administration is graphical administration. Whereas coming to Linux administration, everywhere it is commands. So normally when you start your career, it is better for you if you go with MCSE first, then you can go with Linux administration or CCNA. Then you can decide like where exactly you are moving now. Okay. So I just repeat again, in every company, most of the bigger companies especially, Windows Server servers will be used as well as Linux servers will be used. And the job requirement will be, if you go and search the requirement on naukri.com or indeedjobs.com, there are many websites available. So just go and search there. The job requirement, more than 90% cases will be, they will ask they are searching for a person who has knowledge of Windows Server Administration as well as Linux Server Administration. If you know only one, you may get a job, but your chances of getting a job will decrease. But if you know like Windows and Linux administration, I can say like 95% cases, 95% companies, they will use this two server operating system. So getting a job will increase up to 95% cases. That is huge. Out of 100 companies, you are eligible to get a job in 95 companies if you know Windows Server Administration and Linux administration. But still, it is better you begin with Windows Server Administration because it is more easier to learn practically compared to Linux. Got it? So this is your server and server administration. So we can see the network here. There will be minimum 10, 15, 20, 30 servers. It can be in hundreds of servers. Without a server, we cannot manage a company. So what server will do? It will simply serve the request of a client. So some person is accessing email, some person is accessing database, some person is accessing web server, some person is accessing ADDS server. So there are different types of servers available. Okay, this is about server administration, whether it is MCSE or whether it is Linux administration. Okay, so server administration is MCSE / Linux, both. Okay, so I'll just wait here for 30 seconds, guys. In case if there is any doubt here, in case if you want to say anything, ask anything, we can just discuss those things and hopefully we can move into the network administration part. Thank you. We'll just try to like simplify everything. Normally people, whenever they talk about computer networks or whenever they talk about computer courses, actually they just try to like, make things more difficult. See how simple we keep our things, that much easy will be for us to learn everything actually. Okay, I'll just try to simplify everything so that you understood whatever I'm saying. Okay, you just try to understand whatever I'm saying here. Done. So this is your server administration. Like I said, you MCSE and Linux, these are the two courses that deals with server administration, and it is always better to start with MCSE and then go with this Linux administration. In next couple of months, actually, if you can learn MCSE and Linux administration, you started your career in an excellent way. MCSE and Linux administration, you're eligible to get a job in 95% companies on the face of the earth. Maybe it is in Hyderabad, maybe somewhere in Chennai, maybe somewhere in Delhi or Dubai or anywhere. 95% cases, 90 to 95% cases, they will either use Windows servers or Linux servers. So you should learn both. Which one you're learning first, it's up to you. But the recommended option is MCSE first, then you can go with the Linux administration course. Okay, and the second thing we need to learn here is the second course that every administrator should know is network administration. If you want to start your career in networking, maybe in future you can go with security, you can go with like Linux administration, you can go with like virtualization, you can go in cloud computing. There are many options available. Okay, so wherever you're moving in future, whatever you're planning to do in future, the starting point is server administration and network administration. In network administration, this is CCNA, routing and switching course. CCNA is about network administration. So let us see what is network administration now. Like you can see this setup here. In this setup, there are servers There is a server, but we know there will be many servers and we have many computers here. But can you see these two special devices here? One is called switch and the other one is your router. So what is a switch and what is a router here? When you see the diagram carefully, to this switch, a server is connected, a laptop is connected, a printer is connected, a router is connected, a firewall is connected, and each and every device is connected to switch. So in computer network, switch is a device that acts as a central device. It is a centralized device where each and every device will be connected. If there are 1,000 computers in a company, all the 1,000 computers will be connected to switch. If there are 10 computers in a network, all the 10 computers are connected to the switch. If there are 30 servers, they will be connected to switch. If there are 1,300 servers, they will be connected to the switch. So switch is a device that connects all the end devices. I'll show you one switch here. This is actually a switch. You can see clearly there are some ports. Whatever boxes you see small, it is called port actually. And this is 48 port switch. That means on this one switch, we can connect up to 48 devices. 48 devices means computers, servers, routers, printers, firewall. Totally 48 devices will be connected here. So if a company has many computers, like more than 48 computers, then we have to go with many switches here. See, there are many switches here now, so we can connect many devices. So switch is again one of the most important device we have in computer networks. If there is no switch, we can connect two devices with each other. We can connect two computers with each other. But if there are 10 computers, we cannot connect 10 computers with each other by using a switch. If there are 3 computers also, it will be very difficult to connect 3 computers by using a cable. So we need a switch in every scenario. Again, in this setup, we can see only one switch, but one switch is no way sufficient. Like just now we have seen there are totally 48 ports on a switch. There can be 24 ports, 32 ports, or 48 ports, or 64 ports available. If there are 3,000 devices, we can just do the calculation how many switches we need. Maybe we need more than 100 switches. In one single network, we may need more than 100 switches, or maybe in hundreds of switches. It depends on the size of the network. How many devices you have, that many, according to your devices, that many switches we have to take. So switch is again a very, very important part of our computer network. So where we are learning about switches, we are learning about switches in a course called CCNA. Okay. Now, there is one more device here that is called router. You can see clearly this is a router here. So what is the work of a router? Again, every computer network, there will be minimum one router. Without a router, we cannot access our internet. Without a router, we cannot communicate with the branch office. And without a router, we cannot provide more security in our network. So router is also a mandatory device. Router is also a device that must be there in every company, in every computer network. So router has many advantages, many uses, but one of the most important work of a router is it will make communication between your office and branch office. Like suppose you are working in a company which has like 30 branches in Hyderabad city. So all these 30 branches will communicate with each other because in every branch there is a device called router. Router will make communication between all the branches. Imagine if there are 3,000 branches all over the globe, some in India, some in somewhere in Australia, some in Brazil, some in Europe, some branches are there in Russia, for example. So all the branches will communicate with each other. Okay, and in every branch we need minimum one router to make communication. So this switch and router concept you will be learning in CCNA. That is your network administration part. Okay, MCSE stands for Microsoft Certified Solution Expert. It is MCSE or MCSA. Both are like there is some common difference there. We will see that later. This is MCSE, Microsoft Certified Solution Expert. And coming to CCNA, this is Cisco Certified Network Associate. MCSA is Microsoft Certified Solution Expert and CCNA Cisco Certified Network associate. We know this Microsoft company very well, because when we started using our computers, we started using Microsoft operating system, right? Maybe Windows XP or Windows 7. I started using computer from Windows 98 actually. Windows 98, then Windows XP, then Windows 7. Right now we are into Windows 8 and Windows 10. So from where we are getting these operating systems? This Microsoft company. Done? Now, like this, there is one more company here that is called Cisco. Cisco is one of the biggest networking company. Like, you know, we have Microsoft, Cisco, Amazon, okay, Google, Dell, IBM, HP, VMware, Oracle, Linux. These are some of the biggest companies that we have in networking. What these companies will do? Some companies, they will manufacture hardware. Some companies, they will, you know, develop a software and so and so. So what is the work of the Cisco company? Cisco is a company that is very famous for designing and manufacturing routers, switches, servers, as well as firewalls actually. So once you say www.cisco.com, this is a Cisco website. So what is the work? What these people they do? These people are into the hardware manufacturing, like your manufacturing routers and switches and all those things, as well as they have their own cloud infrastructure nowadays. Okay, they are providing many more services. Okay, like security is there, routing and switching is there, and they have many more things. So Cisco is one of the biggest company and one of the most important companies we have in networking. It is there from 1990s actually. So this CCNA certificate is one of the most important certificate in your networking career. Okay, so I'll just repeat again, try to listen carefully please. If you want to start a career in networking, there are two administrations you should do first. One is a server administration, and the second one is your network administration. Okay, in server administration, what courses we have? We have MCAC and Linux. And in network administration, what courses we have? We have CCNA. So once you do your MCAC, CCNA and Linux, then you're eligible to get a job in every company on the face of the earth. Wherever there is a computer network, maybe there are 50 computers or maybe there are 5,000 computers, it doesn't matter. Size of the network doesn't matter. So there can be any number of devices in a company. They need an administrator to manage that network. Okay, so they need a person who has knowledge of MCAC, Linux and CCNA. Actually not knowledge, they will search for a person who knows, who has the understanding of the network. Of course configuration will be there, but you should know how the server is working, how the router is working, how the switch is working. Then you should know how to configure a server, how to configure a router and how to configure a switch. Okay, so to start your career in networking, this is a place to start. MCSE, CCNA and Linux administration. After finishing these three courses, within like maybe 3 months or so, you are eligible to get a job in any company on the face of the earth. In every company, routers and switches will be there for sure. In every computer network, routers and switches will be there. And coming to server, it can be Windows servers or Linux server, or it can be both. So after doing these three courses, after learning these three courses, you're eligible for you're eligible to get a job anywhere on the face of the earth in any company which has a computer network. Okay, so just take some time, just take a couple of minutes now, just try to revise what I have said in last 30 minutes. Okay, so then if you have any doubts and anything you want to say, anything you want to ask, hopefully we can discuss. So take your time please. Okay, fine. Now I got the answer here as no doubt here from Jagdeep. So anyone else here who has any doubt or want to say something or ask something here? Okay, fine. So it's clear now, like what we need to do, from where we need to start. We have not discussed anything about MCAC, Linux, and CCNA. Like what is it inside these courses, what topics we are learning, what concepts we are learning. That we have not discussed till now. We just said like, okay, these are the three courses available. These are the administration courses available. MCAC and Linux deals with the server administration part, and CCNA deals with your network administration part. So you must know these three courses to make a career. And I can say with 100% assurity that, you know, in networking, we have many options available, many jobs available, and many paths available. Normally, people feel like networking is very limited. It's not limited, bro. You can get a job only on MCAC or only on Linux or only on CCNA. Then we have like network administration, like CCNP and CCI. In more depth, we can learn there. And we have like virtual administration, like VMware and all those things. We have security. Then we have cloud computing. Okay, so we have many job opportunities available. We have many career paths available within networking. It's not only about servers and routers and switches. There are many more things. Okay, but whatever higher courses we have here, like cloud or VMware and security, in those courses, the knowledge of MCAC, CCNA is very important actually. If you're good in the server concept and the router and switch concept, you will be good in the other concepts also. You know, many people, I just spoke to some people recently. Okay, many people come and they ask me a question like they are learning cloud computing, but they are feeling difficulty in learning cloud computing. So I always say them like, if you're not good in MCAC and CCNA, you will not be good in any other technologies. Okay, there is a question here like coding, is it required here? No, as of now, there is no coding in MCAC, Linux or CCNA. Coding means you're talking about some script, some programming languages and all those things. If that is your question, then no, there is no coding here. Yeah, there is no coding here as of now. But in future, after like couple of years or after getting some experience, if you want to go with like cloud computing, that is AWS or any cloud computing, then you should learn one programming language that is called Python. Okay, but as of now in MCAC, CCNA, Linux, there is no programming language. MCAC is all graphical. CCNA is commands. Actually, in complete CCNA, you're learning around 35 to 40 commands. And Linux is administration, that is again CLI operating system. Okay, I'll make things more easier for you. Listen carefully, please. MCAC, Linux, and CCNA. In MCAC, Linux, we are learning about server administration. There are many types of servers. I'll repeat the names again. There is something called DNS server, DHCP server, email server, web server, file server, okay, database server, WDS server. Okay, there are some servers here. Okay, so whenever you configure a server, the configuration part is already there. Configuration part means there is a router. In that router, there is a iOS, one operating system will be there. And there is a design of that iOS. Means, I'll just show you one example. This is one router here. I'm just taking one router. No need to worry what I'm doing here. There is something called Cisco Packet Tracer. I'll explain this in more details in our coming classes in CCN actually. Okay, this is a router. Now I'm saying enable. So once I say enable, I entered some other place. Before I say enable, the symbol was greater than symbol. Now once I say enable, the symbol is hash symbol. Now I'll say disable here. I'll go back here. But suppose if I say enable like this. See, there is a mistake there now. What is a mistake there? I said ENNABLE. That means I have entered an incorrect command. So the only thing that you should learn carefully here is you should know what is the concept and you should know what is the command to enter to execute that particular concept. So if you say enable, sorry, if you say enable, that command will work. So this is your router actually. So when you go with CCNA router and switch, router will take around 15 classes for us and switch will take around like 1 week. So it will take more than 3 weeks to learn router and switch. And the other concept that we have in CCNA is IP addressing. So overall, it will take like 35 days. Okay, so in complete CCNA, you are learning around 40 commands. Now, learning 40 commands is not a big deal, right? In 35 days, you are learning around 40 commands. That's it. And coming to this MCSE administration part, MCSE administration part is all graphical. All graphical in the sense, like you can see here from last 40 minutes, I'm using this MS Word here. Like you can see Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is written in blue color. Now, can I change the color? Of course, I can change the color. See, now it is in green color. Can I again change the color back to the blue color? Of course, I can do this. Again, it is in blue color. So how I'm able to do this configuration, guys? How I'm able to make these changes here? I'm able to make these changes because the options are already available here, right? The options are already available there. We should simply know how to use those options. Now, take the same example for your MCSE and Linux and CCNA. In MCSE, Linux and CCNA, the concepts are already available. The configuration and the concepts are already available. What we have to do there is we should simply learn how to configure those things. You should know the theoretical part and you should know the configuration. So when you do the configuration of Windows Server, the options are already available there. So we should know the options, and according to our scenario, we should know which option to use. Like this is MS Word here. All the options are available there. In Windows Server also the options will be available there. Windows Server is something like your Windows 10 operating system. Okay, I'll just show you the Windows Server also here. So these are my some other classes, MCSE, CCN and all the other classes. So I'll just try to open a Windows Server here. Okay, I'll just go with this machine now. Okay, so this is your Windows Server operating system here. You can see there is something called india.com, a domain name. This is your server OS. Okay, now in server OS we have this option. See, if I come here, is it looking like your Windows 10 operating system here? See, all the options are same, but actually this is not Windows 10. This is which operating system? You can see in the right side here, right bottom, Windows Server 2016. See, this is Windows Server 2016. But is it similar to Windows 10 there? Operating wise, it is similar. But what we have to do in Windows Server, we have to do this configuration. See, there is an account show you here, and we have some users here like Maria, Arjun, Anna. If you go with finance, we have some users here like Mamta, Modi, Nadal, Drogba. If you go with like HR, we have some users like Katrina, Jaya. Programmers, we have some users like Soma, Saif, Shah Rukh Khan, something like this. This is your actual server. And what to do in this server? Like suppose you are creating a user here. Okay, I'll just take a name from you. Okay, I'll take a name like Jagdish. So just right click on programmers, say new. So you see the option is already available there. It is clearly visible there. So say Jagdish here. So suppose the name is Jagdish. Password, some password ABC8123 for example. We have some options here. You should know what are these options here. Then just say next and say finish. See Jagdish user is created now. So what I have done here, I have done some configuration in my server. This is what we do. This is all graphically, right? This is all graphical. So this is actually your Windows Server operating system. So we do configuration like this in Windows Server operating system. Like we have created Jagdish here, and let us go to Jagdish properties. Okay, Jagdish has an email ID. So suppose that email ID should be here. Like for example, say jagdish@gmail.com. So now Jagdish email ID is successfully saved in my server. Okay, so when I say server administration here, when I say MCSE here, that is the way to configure servers. I've showed you one simple example there. Okay, like there are many configurations we need to see. There are like 60 to 70 different configurations we need to see actually. This is only one configuration that I showed you. But that is your server administration. So in server administration, there are two major things. One is you should know the theory Theoretical part you should know, and the second thing is you should know the practicals. Practicals will be like that. Theoretical concept will be again very easy. So I just showed you like how to configure a router and how to configure a server. So I can say with 100% guarantee that configuration wise, no one will feel any difficulty. Configuration wise, the options are already available there. So there will not be any difficulty. We should simply know the options and we should do the configuration. Okay, configuration is the second part. But the first part here is the understanding. What is a server? What is the use of the server? What is a router? What is the use of the router? What is a switch? What is the use of a switch? The understanding is the major part here. If you know what is a server, there are many types of servers, right? So if you know what is a DNS server, then you know your work is very easy. If you know what is the DHCP server, your work is very easy. So you should know the types of servers available, then you should know how to configure them. Okay, so understanding is the main thing here. So what we do here is we'll just try to take very simple examples and very easy examples. We'll just try to understand the concepts in a easy and systematical way. Okay, if you know the concept, then configurations are nothing. Configurations will be very easy. Normally people feel like, okay, we need to configure router, we need to configure server. Of course we need to configure router and server. In CCNA it will take 15 classes actually. It will take 15 classes for us to learn about router theory, practicals and everything. 15 classes means it is some time, right? We are nearly spending 20 hours here learning router. 20 hours is some time. Now when you configure a router in a company, you know how much time it will take? It should take less than 15 minutes. See, 15 classes we are discussing, we are learning, but when you configure a router in a company, within 15 minutes you can configure. 15 minutes is also a huge time, I'm saying actually. You can configure your router easily within like 10 minutes. Now see how much difference is here. Learning wise you are spending this much time, practical wise you are spending this much time. Okay, practicals will be less compared to theory. Now there is one advantage here, like suppose you are learning about a router here. If you learn something about a router today, the concept will remain same in 2036. That is after 15 years also, the concept will remain same. Some minor changes will be there here and there. That's it. So whatever you are learning today, whatever I did like 12 years, 13 years before, the concept is still same. And the concept will remain same for next 15, 20, 30, 50, whatever years. So the concept will not change. For example, there is a server called DNS server. DNS server is one of the most important server in computer networks. Actually, without DNS server, there is no computer network. Without DNS server, there is no internet actually. This is such a huge server. I repeat, I am saying without DNS server, there is no internet. This is such a big statement I am making here, right? But if you follow me carefully, it may take only 30 minutes for you to understand what is DNS actually. Within 30 minutes, we can see what is DNS. We can understand what is DNS. But what I said, without DNS, there is no company network, and without DNS, there is no internet. This is such a huge server. But if you follow in a systematical way, if you learn in a systematical way, it will take only 30 to 40 minutes for us to learn about DNS, to understand about DNS. Then the remaining things will be like configurations and learning some extra things. That's it. Okay, so learning should be always very interesting and learning should be always very simple and easy. Then only people can understand things and then only we can move further in our courses. Okay, so these are the things: server administration and network administration. As of now, we have not discussed anything like what is there in MCAC, what is there in CCNA. I just showed you orally. Okay, MCAC is about servers. There are some types of servers available. So you should know the types of servers. Not all. There are certain servers that every person should know. Okay, so those servers we will see theoretically as well as practically. And coming to CCNA, CCNA is about router and switch. So there are three major topics in CCNA. One is called IP addressing. Okay, second one is your router, and third one is your switch. So these are the three major topics we have in CCNA. In MCAC, we have topics like ADDS server. Now, when I say ADDS server, I am talking about 15 classes here only. This one ADDS server will take more than 15 classes actually. 70% of MCAC is under ADDS server. Then we have many other servers like DNS server, DHCP server, file server, WDS server, okay, backup server. So we are learning many servers. So as of now, I'm not discussing about syllabus and everything. Syllabus is there with the management. They will share the syllabus with you. There you can see all the topics. Okay, but there are certain topics in every course that are very, very important. So coming to MCAC, these are some of the most important topics. But this ADDS will take more than 60 to 70% of your course. Like coming to backup server, it will take only 2 classes. Coming to file server, it will take only 1 class. Coming to WDS server, it will take only 1 class. DNS will take 2 classes. DHCP will take 2 classes. So like this, all the other servers will take 1 to 1 2 classes. But coming to ADDS server, it will take a lot of time. Okay, here IP address will take around 6 classes. Normally, people will take 2 to 3 classes and they will finish IP addressing. But no, man. With my experience, I can say with 100% guarantee that if you're good in this IP addressing concept, you can become a successful administrator. There are many people who still have their doubts in IP addressing. They are working for like 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, but still they have doubts in IP addressing. Okay, so IP addressing is one of the most important concept. It will take, instead of 3 to 4 classes, I will go with 6 classes so that you can learn about IP addressing in more details. You should not know the concept of IP addressing. You should know the detailed information of IP addressing. You should have the perfection of IP addressing. Okay, then router will take around 15 classes, and then switch will take around like 6 to 7 classes. Okay, and we have like some other topics which will take some days, like password recovery, password breaking, network address translation. There are some more topics available, backup and all those things, so it will take some other time. Okay, so in CCNA, these are the 3 major topics: IP address, router and switch. And in coming to MCAC, these are the major topics we have, and out of these major topics, these 3 are the most important topics we need to cover. But again, I'm not entering deep in the syllabus as of now, because like I said, the syllabus is already there with the management. You can simply call them. They will share the syllabus with you. So I hope you understood the difference between MCAC and CCNA, why MCAC and CCNA is mandatory for our career. Okay. Go to any company on the face of the earth. They will look for a person who has knowledge of server administration. They have knowledge of server administration and they have knowledge of this network administration. You should have both the concept. One concept is not sufficient. Server administration is like 50% of your network. See, your network server administration is 50% and network administration is 50%. So if you know both the concepts, then you can learn, then you understood about the computer network. 50% knowledge or half knowledge is more dangerous actually. So whatever you want to do in future, Linux or security or cloud or virtualization or database, you should begin from MCSE. Now again, take your time, please. You have a couple of minutes here. Just try to revise what we have done till now. See, whenever we take a class will be like 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes. But I will not be like just speaking for 1 hour and 1 hour, 15 minutes. I'll just explain something for like 20 minutes. Then I'll take a break for like 30 to 50 seconds or 1 minute. So that you can just revise the thing, what we have done. And then if there is any question, we can clear the doubts and we can then move to the other topic. We can move to the remaining part of our class. Just taking a class for like 1 hour, 15 minutes, continuously speaking. I'm not sure like how much you're understanding here, right? So I need to take break like twice or thrice in every session so that you can simply take a breath and you can simply revise what we have done. Okay, then if there is any doubt, then we can clear the doubt and then we can move with our class. That is my policy. I will follow this policy till the last class. This is not only for demo. This is not only for like 2-3 classes. Till we finish the course, I will follow the same policy. So take your time, please. If there is any doubt or questions, we will say. Thank you. Okay, fine. I got the messages here. I'm getting a message like no doubt here. So fine. I hope you understood whatever we have discussed. So I'll just take 30 seconds, guys. I'm just moving away from our concept. I'm just trying to show my display here. Can you see my DP there? So please take care of yourself, guys. Please try to wear your mask. We know the situation is very bad in our country as of now. Okay, just try to like take care. Okay, wear your mask, sanitize yourself, and wash your hands. Whatever protocols the government is asking us to do, please follow this protocol. Stop going in some gatherings. Okay, so just follow the protocols because this is a very big enemy as of now for all of us. So hopefully we can fight this. Okay, so just follow the rules and regulations, whatever the government is asking us to do. Okay, thank you. Okay, fine. So let us go back and these are the things. So after this, I'll just show you one thing. Okay, there is a good question now, how to practice server concepts. Now, to practice MCSE, CCNA and Linux, there are very easy ways available. And the easy ways are, for CCNA, there is a simulation software. You know what is a simulation software? It is just a software that is designed with some routers and switches so that we can learn the practicals. See, there is no one who can offer you like 3-4 routers for practicals or 5-10 switches for practical. That is not possible. So there is a software called Cisco Packet Tracer. So what you see on my screen is a Cisco Packet Tracer. So I can take a router here. I will take a switch here. I'll take some computers here. Finish. My local area network is ready now. My computer network is ready. I can make connection here. So it will take me nearly half an hour to explain how to make connections and what ports are available. It will take some time. I'm not explaining any of those things right now. This is a company network now. That's it. Now you should configure this router and you should configure this switch. Very easy, right? So like this, we can take multiple topologies. I'll show you one topology from my other class. Where is my CCNA? Okay, this is my CCNA class. Some other class. So I will go with, let's say, multi-area. So you can see the name Cisco Packet Tracer here. See what I have done here. I have taken this India. I have taken this Singapore. I have taken Australia and India. I have connected Hyderabad. So I have made communication between Hyderabad, India, Singapore and Australia networks. So this software is called Cisco Packet Tracer. We will share this software with you. I will share this software with you so that you can install this software in your computer or laptop and you can do practicals. I will share the document, the practical book also I'll share with you. I'll just show you the practical book of CCNA. Yeah, this is my lab book for CCNA. It will be written like this. Diagrams and practicals will be available. So I'll be explaining you the theory as well as practical in class. So when you go, once you finish your class, you can take your laptop or a computer. You can simply install this software and you can do all the practicals. Diagrams will be there as well as practical steps will be there. It will take nearly like 45 minutes for us to learn about this diagram. And it will take only like 10 minutes to execute these commands. It will be like this. The classes will be like this. Okay, now this is your switch. So we will see this. So for CCNA, we have this packet tracer software. Fine, we can do all practicals here. But coming to MCSE and Linux, can you see there is something written as workstation here? It is called VMware Workstation. This is again a simulation software by using which we can do all practicals. We can create a virtual machine here. Again, it will take one class for me to explain about the software, how to create a virtual machine and all those things. But just for knowledge purpose, I am sharing this information. There is something called VMware Workstation software. You can share, we will share the software with you, or you can download from internet, whatever. So by using this VMware software in one computer, we can make many computers. See how many computers you can see as of now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are like nearly 20 computers I created in one computer actually. So see, this is one server here. Just now we have seen this server. So we can make virtual machines in our physical machines. See, right now we have created Jagdish here. So Jagdish is still available here. So for MCSE practicals or for Linux practicals, you can use this VMware Workstation software and you can create all the virtual machines and you can do all the practicals. And coming to the server operating system, I will show you how to download server operating system. This is a server OS. So how to download this server OS? I will show you. Okay, it is free. Actually, it is free for 180 days. So when we start the server concept, then I will show you how to download and how to install and how to use. All the things we have to see. Okay, so for MCSE, and just write here for MCSE and Linux, we can go with VMware Workstation. There is one more software called Oracle VirtualBox. We can go with this also. And for CCNA, we have Cisco Packet Tracer. These are the softwares. These are the two softwares we have. You will be receiving the softwares. You will be receiving the recorded sessions of our classes. You will be getting the lab manuals. For MCSE also, I have created a lab manual here. I'll just show that manual here. Okay, so practicals will be something like this. You have the diagrams and you have everything there. So whatever we are learning here, most of the things are written here practical wise. Okay, so you will not feel any difficulty while learning practicals because I already created the book and I already created the lab manual for MCSE as well as for CCN. So you'll be getting those lab manuals, you'll be getting the recorded sessions, and as well as in every class we will make diagrams like this. So you'll get all these diagrams also. The only thing I'm expecting from you is whenever you learn any courses, there are certain things that we need to follow. One is be regular to class. You should not miss any class actually, because first class is related to second class, third class is related to fourth class, fifth class is related to 10th class, fifth class is related to sixth class. So every class is related with the second class. So if you miss today's class, next day you will feel some difficulty in understanding. So for some reason, if you miss a class, you will get the recorded video on the same day. So just watch the recorded video before you come to the next class. That will be good for you. Okay, so this is one thing you should do. Be regular to the class. And the second thing is, suppose the class is from, let's say, morning 7 a.m. If the class is from morning 7 a.m., you should be here exactly at morning 7 a.m. If you come, suppose at 7:15 a.m., how much time you miss there? 15 minutes. But you know, the starting 15 minutes is the most important part of your class, because we will discuss the topic there. Then in the remaining 40 minutes, we do the practicals or we do some other things. That's it. So if you follow these two protocols strictly, if you follow these two rules strictly, then you know there is nothing in MCSE and CCNA that you cannot learn actually. There is nothing. Everything is a logical concept. It will be very easy for you to understand. Just you should follow these two steps. Be regular, don't miss any class, and be on time. The remaining things will be taken care by me, hopefully. So no need to worry about the remaining things. These are the two things you should follow strictly. Not only MCSE CCNA, guys, whatever courses you do in future also, or whatever courses you are currently doing, you should follow these two rules. Then learning will be very easy. Okay, coming to fees, actually fees and the syllabus will be shared by the management actually. So the Durga Soft people, they will call you once we finish our demo class, or you can call them. Okay, so they will discuss about fees and duration and everything. So duration will be like 35 days actually, that much I can say. MCSE 35 days, CCNA 35 days, daily 1 hour, 15 minutes classes will be there. 35 days is the duration, but it is not fixed. We may go with like 37 or 38 days also. In case if you need some more revision, in case if you need some more revision, or in case if you have some doubts, or in case if you want to like do some more practice, okay, then we can increase our time for like couple of days also, but maximum 35 days we can finish. And coming to fees, placement or syllabus, please contact Durga Soft management. Okay, they are in a better position to answer all these questions actually, especially this. Okay, coming to subject, I'll take that responsibility subject wise. I'll make sure whatever we discuss, you understand everything. Not only this, I have prepared many interview questions actually. I'll be sharing those interview questions once we finish our class. And every day there will be some questions. Like suppose we finish a topic here like DNS. I'll tell you like, okay, this is the DNS topic. And these are the questions they will ask you from this DNS topic. Suppose you finish a topic called DHCP. I'll say, okay, these are the interview questions they will ask you from DHCP. 90% whatever I'm saying here, 90% interview questions will be same wherever you face an interview. Okay, so I'm not only preparing you for this subject, I'll be preparing you for the interview also. Interview is a very challenging thing, right? Normally people are afraid of facing interview, but if you know the subject, if you know what is it in this MCSE and CCNA, interview is not a big deal. Now interview, they will ask you about a subject only. If they ask you like 2 plus 2 is how much, it is very easy for you to answer. You can easily say 4 because you know the subject. Same logic here. If you know the subject, interviews are nothing. So I'll make sure I'll prepare you for interview. Okay, I'll just prepare you for the configuration and the concepts. Okay, so anything else, guys? Anything, any other questions, any other doubts here? So before we end our session, let me revise everything what we have discussed in our class till now. So I'll just come briefly here, starting from MCSE and CCNA. Like we said, server administration and network administration. It is better we call it as a server administration and network administration. So if you want to start your career in networking, you should have the server administration concept and the network administration concept. Okay. Server administration means MCSE and Linux, and network administration means CCNA. Okay. In server administration, you are learning about different types of servers, and in network administration, you are learning about routers and switches. Done. So these are the two administrations you should learn. And once you finish over this MCSE and CCNA course, we have many opportunities. We have many other options available if you want to go with, like cloud, VMware, security, and deep in Linux, ethical hacking, data center, database. We have many options available. You can choose any of the path. Done. And duration for each course will be like 35 days. This is our MCSE class actually. So 35 days for MCSE as well as 35 days for CCNA. And coming to syllabus and everything, like I said, you please contact Durga Soft management. They will be sharing all the details about certifications and all the details of your syllabus and fees and all the details they will share with you. So they can just discuss all the details. I'm here only for this subject anyway. So whatever you have, whatever doubts, whatever questions, whatever things you need, maybe suppose if you need 1 or 2 extra topics, then that also we can discuss, not issue. So training is my responsibility and the remaining things will be taken care by the management. So that was the class for today. So I'll still wait here for like a couple of minutes in case if there is any other query. Hopefully we can just address it and we can stop the session for today. RSC is about the Linux administration, Kumar. I think Sai Kumar, right? Yeah. So RSC is about your Linux administration. So yeah, we are offering RSCA, we are offering Linux administration also. Okay, but this batch is for Windows Server administration, but we are offering Linux administration also. It will be a different course and there will be a different demo for it. Right now, I'll be teaching like MCIC, CCNA, I'll be teaching hopefully cloud. I'm teaching cloud, but not here, some other place, but I'll be teaching cloud also. But yeah, Linux administration, I have already taken many classes for RSCA, but this class is for MCSE, this batch that we have taken. But yeah, I'll take whatever courses I have written, I'll be taking all the courses actually. As of now, this is the class for MCSE. So whenever we start Linux administration, we will message you. Then you can attend that session and hopefully you can decide to go with Linux administration. Okay, thank you. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining session. So today is Saturday, so take care. Just enjoy yourself, relax, and take care of yourself. And hopefully see you again on Monday. Okay. So there is nothing else. Hopefully we can stop the session now. And if there is something that is missing here, hopefully I covered all the major things that I was supposed to discuss. But still, in case if I miss something, I'll be discussing that in our next session. Okay. So thank you all. Thanks for joining, and just try to call the management to get all the details. And hopefully they will call you within like 1 hour or so. So they will share all the details with you regarding fees and course syllabus and all those things. Okay. So just see and decide yourself. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Bye. Take care.